This is Jam Nation.
With Jonesy and Amanda.
Look, even if you didn't know our next guest was an author, where the hell have you been? He's written about 1 million books, all incredibly well-researched and interesting, never have double spacing. They're big books, but they're incredibly readable. And I've learnt more about the history of so many things from Peter Fitzsimons. He's back with a new one that goes way back into Australian history, this time exploring the Battle of Long Tan. To tell us more, Peter Fitzsimons, hello.
Hello, lovely to be on, Jonesy and Amanda. I think it actually should be Amanda and Jonesy, shouldn't it? But anyway.
Peter, join a cavalcade of me who thinks the same.
Maybe save this for some other campaign.
No, I'm
Put that
happy
in
for
one of
it.
your other
I'm happy
books.
for it. When you say the Battle of Long Tan, that's a phrase I know so well, but I know so little about it. Why is it so iconic for Australian forces?
I guess it's like Gallipoli in the First World War. There were so many battles, so many of them extraordinary, but that's the one that captured the public imagination. And in the Battle of Long Tan, that's precisely what happened. There were many battles, but in the Battle of Long Tan, it was so dramatic. So we had the Australian soldiers that had established a base on a hill called Nui Dat, and on the 17th of August, 1966, it came under attack, mortar fire from the Viet Cong, North Vietnamese. They sent out patrols. One of those patrols, which was Delta Company 6R RAR, goes into this Long Tan plantation, and there's 11 platoons forward, about 30 men, and they suddenly get hit by something like 2,000 to 2,500 Viet Cong North Vietnamese. They're in real trouble. The other platoons try to get to them. How are we going to get them out? They call in artillery. They try to call in napalm. How are we going to get ammo to them? 2 choppers take off into a howling storm and dramatically just manage to get ammo to them. The armoured personnel carriers, force their way through to get to them. And in the end, against overwhelming odds, we lost 18 men, but in the end, a victory. It's hard to call it a victory given so many died on both sides. And I try to tell both sides, but it was such a dramatic battle.
So 18 men, I know in the world of things that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot.
Yeah, well, I wrote also about the Battle of Fromelles, a few years ago, and you kindly had me on in that shocking battle in the First World War. We had 7,500 men go forward straight at German bunkers. We lost 5,500 casualties. 1,900 Australian men were killed in 14 hours. So that was the toll in the First World War. In Vietnam, by that point, mercifully, the casualty rate was a whole lot less. But in this one, there's so many extraordinary stories, one of whom, Little Patty. I'm sure you two know very well Little Patty and Cold Joy. So Little Patty was a 17-year-old schoolgirl, the toast of Australia for her Stompy Wompy Surfer Boy song. And she comes home from Sydney Girls High one day and her mum's on the phone. She says, yes, Little Patty, yes, tour of Vietnam. Okay, entertaining the troops with Cold Joy. All right, I'll talk to my husband. And as I mentioned, on the 17th of August, there's a mortar attack. No matter, Little Patty is flown in the next day with Cold Joy. She's on the stage when the battle breaks out.
Wow.
And she's thinking, and I had a wonderful afternoon with her and Cold Joy telling the story, and she was just fantastic, talking about there's all the explosions going on, artillery's firing, but they're not panicking, so maybe I should panic. And then she sees them starting to move, and everything changes, and she's put on a chopper to be flown back to Vung Tau. And as she looks out to the Long plantation, she can see the explosions and knows that there's Australians down there under it. It really is a dramatic story.
Yeah, it was such a time of mixed emotions. Well, Pete, it's always great to talk to you.
Sounds extraordinary, Peter.
The Battle of Long Tan, on sale now in all good bookstores and online. Peter, thank you for joining us.
And give our love to Lisa.
Thank you. Always lovely to talk to you both.